Hi all, it's Claire and it's October 30th and this is the Spelunky Daily Challenge. I just thought I'm going to use nVidia Shadowplay and record post voice as an experiment. So yeah, I'm just giving it a go and seeing how it works. So I was lucky I found this crate right at the start and then found the damsel. Also I found it a lot less stressful to play without talking, though it also felt like normal play. It didn't feel like my daily challenge. So it changed the way I played a bit, I think. So yeah, I found the damsel, just checking the top level here, see if I can find any bits and bobs. Yeah, I mean, the voiceover, obviously not many people watch these videos anyway, but the voiceover is kind of like a personal journal log thing for me anyway. You know, kind of a weird like message in a bottle thing. So yeah, anyway, this is actually, I don't know why, but I've been using the damsels as weapons lately, like just to the extreme. Oh, I was lucky here with this bomb here and then get through. Now I think, oh no, I wasn't disappointed. Yeah, it was bombs, so I'm all good. Yeah, no, so, you know, ticking away. Work's been frustrating at the moment. Yes, if only I could talk about it. Needless to say, there's stuff that has to happen and whatnot. There's a wonderful Shakespearean quote that says, I'm going to mangle it, I'll meta quote it for you, but it's basically, the sin, like the root of all sin or the root of all the bad shit you do is when you treat people as a means to an end rather than an end. So yeah, I was just checking if there's a way to get up there. Obviously I don't have sticky bombs and I'm a bit nervous about backtracking too far at this point. Yeah, so you know, it's when you see people as a tool rather than as their own thing entirely. So there's kind of like a secondary thing on that, or an extension that, you know, hyperbole, if you will. Oh yeah, so nice to find the damsel so early and then a crate, though I think, so I don't recall actually seeing a big spider, so that was actually a good find. You see what I mean about the damsels? Just tossing them around like nobody's business. There again. Yeah, so you know, it's this, the hyperbole is like, if you do anything in game design or when you're making a game that's not to service the game, I think that's where like a lot of waste and a lot of bad stuff in games comes from. It's basically because you're doing it because you're trying to tick a box, you're trying to do office politics, you're trying to do something for the publisher that you don't believe is great for the product, but it's like a thing, or you know, there's lots of reasons, or you're just enjoying what you're working on and you're doing it for the sheer enjoyment of making it rather than the player experiencing it. You know, loads of stuff like that is interesting how it affects the game, and I think, you know, that's kind of the root of where a lot of problems in games come from. I don't know if my levels are going to be right on this because obviously I'm just doing a one-off, and if they're a bit late, I'm just going to plop it in because I don't want to spend too much time on my dailies. It's interesting watching it back, but hey, my little rat friend. Complete disappointment though. Yeah, one of the things I'm getting a bit annoyed with Fraps is it is resource heavy, so occasionally a frame drop. Yeah, it's so weird when you've just got spring shoes, like trying to get used to the jump again. That and climbing gloves I find can really throw you off your rhythm if you're not careful, and can lead to some silly deaths. But yeah, no, I think I get everything here, so I'm kind of chuffed there. You know, I got the damsel and whatnot. The shopkeeper didn't have anything like worth killing for, and he wasn't an easy kill otherwise, you know, he didn't have anything else that made him an easy kill. So here I'm looking around, and obviously I see the crate. But the big problem is I don't see the damsel, and there's a lot of open areas. And at this point I'm kind of like thinking, oh, I'll take a risk. Yeah, I couldn't see a way to get to that box, and I wanted that box, and I was like, you know what, just take the risk. So yeah, I'm hanging on for dear life, waiting to see if I hear the shopkeeper scream or anything like that. What I did discover is the boulder did crush the damsel, which is a bit annoying because obviously the amount of evidence left behind is very little, and you just kind of hunt for the damsel and can't find her. But I'm guessing I crushed the damsel. spring boots come in really handy here because obviously no wasting of ropes. It's all good. So yeah, it's a snake pit level, which is always interesting. I find snake pits quite easy to navigate, honestly, and they split the level up in such a way that it's quicker just to grok the layout of the level and where the important bits are. And with that nice vertical shaft, if you're prepared to waste a few ropes, then, you know, big win. Yeah, so going through here, as I say, fairly certain the damsel was in there and got crunched. I'm really chuffed that I'm finding the chest and the key right smack next to each other, not too much while. Knocking a bloody gold nugget into a rock really annoyed me though. And then I get the mattock. I always think of it as a pick, but apparently it's a mattock. I'm not sure what the difference is. I think, if I remember correctly, a mattock is because it's got the two spikes on either end. So yeah, just stomping and killing. I kind of am more comfortable jumping on things than I am whipping, because sometimes the whip has a bit of a delay. You kind of, you know, get silly bits of damage, which is annoying. Yeah. Oh, no. Not happening. So yeah, just and book. Yeah, I just wanted to keep my hands free there. And grab the metal and run. Ghosty ghosty. So yeah, grabbing a few bits and bobs quickly, looking around, seeing it's down there, ratties over there, there's not much. Bats, I hate bats. Just because, like, it's so annoying, especially if you have something in your hand, because, like, for instance, the shotgun, because it's shooting sideways and there's the delay. Now that really tricked me. I was doing that mostly to set off the arrow trap. I hadn't realized that something had already triggered the arrow trap at this point. I'm not sure what, but it must have been like right at the start of the level gen. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll trigger it. And I'm like, okay, I'll throw my mattock at it. And it's like, fuck, it gets stuck in the spiderweb. And I'm like, what do I do? And it's like, oh, well, okay, I didn't trigger. And I'm like, oh, okay, alright. Weird. Yeah. So, yeah, we're coming to an interesting part. So I see that there's not much worth killing there for, but now I've got the mattock, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, the guy's over there, and I've got this wonderful vertical shaft here to play with, so there's not a lot of maneuvering room. So I'm like, okay, well, let's throw the rope down. I remember checking what's in the box just in case it was a shotgun or anything useful. And I'm a bit worried about the damsel getting caught in the crossfire at this point. So I leave her where she is, thinking, okay, I'll get the mattock just in case this mattock breaks. So I don't know. And here I make a bit of a mistake. So I'm thinking, what do I do with the mattock? Do I leave it? Do I drop it there? You notice this, I'm actually taking my sweet time about this, which is a bit of a mistake on my part. So yeah, I was like, oh crap, he's not coming out. And this is kind of a problem. And it's just like, oh, what am I going to do? And this next bit is kind of interesting. So, you know, I'm trying to crack open the bombs. I'm trying to be cautious, you know. I'm thinking, I died to a shopkeeper in my last daily challenge. You know, shopkeepers, they end daily challenges. So I'm taking a risk. And it just doesn't want to, and I'm missing just there. And I'm like, okay, well, just another bomb. Because I'm determined at this point. I'm really determined. But then, I actually, as I say, I prefer to jump on enemies. Because I feel you're more in control. And I managed to kill him. But then the ghosts come and I'm like, oh, shit, okay, I get to it and I'm like, oh crap, this is a perfect opportunity for ghosting. See, ghosting is where the ghost touches gems and turns them into diamonds, which obviously worth a lot more. I'm like, okay, get him up here, get him up here. I grab it all and I run. See, as long as you've got space to work with, the ghost isn't actually scary. That was a bit close for comfort. And I'm like, oh fuck, I can't get the damsel at this point. But I'm not worried about the ghost at this point. At this point I'm like, okay, cool. And this point here where I'm running through, I'm remembering, oh crap, that shopkeeper at the end of the level is the right thing. And I was trying to ghost there and freaking couldn't get an angle down with the ghost. I was really hoping to get another diamond. But I'm like, okay, go, because I don't want to take too long on the level. And I want, you know, I'm worried at this point. And I'm like, oh shit, do I just go through? Do I just go through? And I thought about it. And I should have just gone through the goddamn door. I had it. I had the perfect opportunity. And I got greedy. And boom. But hey, look at the score. Not bad for where I am. Thanks all and cheers.